Well, the festive season may have seen some slowdown, but not for Hyundai India, because we have the booking of the new Centro, get a very strong response. And of course, talking about the demand scenario and how really are the new launches doing, joining us is the management of Hyundai Motor India. Welcome, Mr. Puneet Anand. He's the senior general manager at Hyundai Motors, and he heads the marketing division there. Thank you so much, Mr. Anand, for speaking to Bloomberg Quint. If you could, start with telling us that how really did the festive season shape up for Hyundai Motors this time? Have you really seen slowdown in the overall demand this time?
Well, first of all, thank you so much. We are very, very excited about the launch of the all-new Centro, which happened in the middle of the festive season on 23rd of October. And I think a product which is already having a lot of followership as far as India is concerned, the all-new Centro has really redefined the way people have been looking at this segment. The very first month of the festive season, we did an all-time high of more than 8,600 wholesale of the all-new Centro. Also for Hyundai, it was a very proud moment. For the first time in the history of 20 years, we did an all-time high wholesale of 52,001 units, which was largely riding on the success of all-new Centro. Okay. And Hyundai also grew by 5% compared to the same month last year. Okay. Yes, for Hyundai, the month of October, that is the festive season, was very strong. But I must say that there was some optimism as far as the industry was concerned, because the industry growth slowed down to around 1.7%, right. And many of the key players also were very subdued as far as the growth was concerned. But however, looking at the fact that Hyundai has been able to ride on, we are very, very excited, and the all-new Centro has really given us a new dimension as far as our success story in India goes.
The Centro, the new Centro, how did the other models do in the Diwali and Dussehra period in the festive season?
Well, actually, you see, for Hyundai, the overall festive season was a good festive season, okay, because not only the Centro gave us a very strong start, but all our products, whether it was the Grand i10 or the Elite i20 or the Creta, in fact, all of them sold more than 10,000 units in the month of October. So basically, we say that it's a history of sorts, that all our flagship models, which have been the Indian car of the year, so on and so forth, okay, have actually, become a trendsetter as far as the segment is concerned. And all of them have been showing excellent performance in terms of volumes, and we've been consistently doing more than 10,000, 11,000 numbers with them. So along with these three cars, overall our volume is close to around 40,000, considering only the Grand i10, the all-new Centro, the Elite i20 and the all-new Creta. Okay.
So basically, despite the industry facing some slowdown, Hyundai did not face any slowdown. But coming to the dealerships and, your inventory levels at the dealerships, is it again at normal levels? Because industry-wide we have seen, and we were also speaking to the Federation of Auto Dealers, and they said that the inventory levels for the auto sector have increased significantly post the festive season and because of sales dipping. So for Hyundai Motors, has the inventory level been at comfortable levels?
Well, actually, then you are very right. Normally what happens is that there is always a seasonality as far as sales are concerned. Yes, unfortunately, in the second half of 2018, we have seen that there has been some challenges in the industry, largely because when we started the festival season with Onam, there was some unfortunate floods in the state of Kerala, which led to little low down in the sentiments. And then also the Diwali and the Dussehra and other festivals are not very well received, largely because of the fact that the fuel prices were at the all-time high. We also had some challenges coming in the insurance sector, where the outflow of the money from the customer, the ultimate buyer, was on the higher side because of the insurance rules set by the IRDA. And also at the same time, the international prices for the exchange rate, that is the dollar to rupee, also was a challenge last month. So because of this, I think the sentiments are a little cautious as far as the segment and the industry is concerned, and that's why we have found that the inventory levels during the festive season were slightly higher than the normal trend. Okay. But having said that, post the festive season, we have seen very good deliveries happening at the dealerships, and I'm sure that at the end of November we should back be to that normal level. And it's always a psychological curve which happens as far as the industry segment is there. There are sometimes ups and downs, but yeah, now we are looking at the end of the calendar year, so we should be looking at lowering of the inventories at the dealerships level also.
We have seen commodity costs are increasing, and various input costs are increasing for auto companies. And more importantly, what feedback we got, from the quarterly earnings from the four-wheeler companies is that discounting also has gone up in the festive season. So as a company, Hyundai, how really are you looking to price your products, and also have the discounting factors in the market gone up because of competitiveness?
Well, actually, you see, we are a very largely consumer-oriented market, and when it comes to India, which is largely a small car market, here the market dynamics play a very important role. And the fact that last couple of months have not been very exciting in terms of the various market dynamics, yes, manufacturers and dealers have kind of given some additional supports to the customers, because we as a responsible manufacturer continue to excite the market, and that's therefore we have seen some offers slightly on the higher side in the last few months, but then this is a cyclical phenomena which happens, and definitely as the new year will progress, we'll be looking at launching the new models, which is called the model year 19 products, and I'm sure that all these discounts and the offers will also ebb down, and the first quarter will be very exciting for the industry also. People will buy largely on the benefit of the new year, the model year 2019 products, and definitely manufacturers will also benefit from that. So it's always say that the new year is always a good denominator as far as the factor for the industry is concerned, since fuel prices, the automotive insurance uncertainties, and other some dynamic policies have led to this kind of situation. But the way things are happening, I think now we are looking at very, very open skies, blue skies, and things will much be better as we go forward as far as 2019 is concerned.
Mr. Anand, talking specifically about the urban markets and the rural markets, how really are things shaping up for Hyundai? Do you think the rural markets have been more buoyant than the urban markets for the festive season period?
Well, actually, what we have seen is that because of the rapid urbanization in the urban areas, there has been slightly slowdown as far as the car ownership is concerned. Also, with the trend of sharing business and the kind of formal transport which is coming in these areas, there has been a slight slowdown in terms of ownership. But yes, the rural market continues to be very robust. We at Hyundai have been very, very upbeat about our rural sales, and we have been strengthening our rural sales outlet, which are now close to almost 470 plus. And the all-new Centro, which actually is largely a product for the tier 2, tier 3 towns, is also finding a very good traction in the rural areas. So I think going forward, we are still very much upbeat about the rural segment, and we are sure that our deliveries and our commitment to the customer in these areas, coupled with the good finance packages which are available, will definitely help us to tide over the losses probably which are coming from the urban than the rural areas.
And Mr. Anand, earlier you said that, of course, high oil prices have been playing a spoil sport, and also, upfront insurance costs are confusing customers. But after, the situation is normalizing, how have you seen the sales for the month of November so far? Has there been, some bit of calmness on the consumer end, because crude prices have come down and there is a lot more clarity available now on the insurance and, the upfront payments? So how really are you, looking at this situation?
So as I already mentioned that because of the lowering of the crude prices now in the month of November, and also that we have found that the rupee and the dollar fluctuations are really ebbed out, we have found good deliveries happening at the dealerships. See, ultimately in India still the mobility and the penetration of car is at a very low level. So definitely car is definitely a big area of buying power as far as the customers are concerned, and going forward the month of November and December usually are a high retail month. So we may not not expect good number of wholesales, but definitely in terms of retail, the ultimate end consumer will buy a lot of products. Manufacturers are also there to support him in terms of the year-end offers. So I'm sure that the retails and the deliveries will continue to be strong, because now the sentiments as far as the high fuel prices and also because of the insurance abnormalities have slightly to balance out, and people are looking at owning state-of-the-art cars at their houses also.
Okay. Since you are talking about the new Centro, can you give us what kind of orders have you already received, or what kind of bookings have you already received for the new Centro? And how are you really looking to meet such a big demand? Have you also shut the bookings for Centro? If I may get your clarification on this one.
Well, actually, you may be aware that when we launched the all-new Centro on 23rd October, we had already announced before even the launch, we had got more than 23,500 bookings, which is almost equal to 3 months of our production. Okay. So we were very, very confident, and we knew that this product will be a very strong product. Also, even after the Centro has got launched, the traction of the booking is very strong. Okay. And now we have almost more than 36,000 bookings, which again is equal to 4 months of our production volume. And we are endeavoring to ensure that we continue to deliver the car as soon as possible to our customers. So our focus largely is to augment our production. We have done so in the month of October also, and we'll do it in the month of November also, to increase our production for the all-new Centro, so that we can continue to give more and more deliveries to the customer. And you would have seen that 8,535 wholesale in the month of October compared to our earlier plan of 8,000. Okay. And also additional volumes in the month of November will help us to deliver good number of volumes to the customer. And our focus would be to ensure that the people who have invested in Hyundai on the brand Centro should get the car in their possession as soon as possible. Well, we will not be stopping the bookings, because it is customers, customer are going to the showroom, test driving the car, but we will to focus on delivering the car as soon as possible to the customer. Okay. Currently, we have more than 36,000 bookings already for the all-new Centro.
Okay, good to know that, sir. And when I was speaking to your peers like Maruti Suzuki, they have said that demand has been coming up strongly for the CNG fueled cars, and they are looking to ramp up a lot of production and launch a lot of new products in this particular segment. So, as far as Hyundai is concerned, how really is the CNG fitted vehicle doing in the marketplace? Have you looked at some incremental demand which has come in for your hatchbacks?
Rightly said so, considering that the fuel prices are always a very, very dampener as far as the buying decision is concerned. CNG is always a preferred choice. And now even government is looking at augmenting the supply of CNG as various other states, Delhi, Mumbai being one of the largest. So even we have seen, because for the first time Hyundai also launched the all-new Centro into 3 different variants. One is the manual transmission, one is the AMT, first time, which is factory in-house developed by Hyundai, and also the factory fitted CNG. So what we have seen is that our both AMT and CNG have been received very well in the market. In fact, our CNG contribution of the booking is close to around 20%, and our AMT also is close to around more than 30%. Okay. So overall 50% of the bookings are because of the AMT and the CNG, which shows that the customers are preferring the new modes of transport. Obviously, greener technology, environmental consciousness, and so on and so forth are the factors which are leading the customers to invest into these future technologies. So we are very excited, and we are also looking at augmenting our production for these 2 variants, especially the AMT and the CNG.
Okay, good to know that again. Sir, also talking about the new launches, you are looking at launching a smaller, SUV, and, a couple of other new launches are coming up. And also, the market has been becoming quite competitive in terms of new launches, and, every new product is coming up every, month or so from auto OEMs. As far as Hyundai is concerned, what kind of a product launch pipeline have you built for the next, say, 6 to 12 months?
Well, actually, we are a very, very responsible and conscious organization. We understand the needs of the customer, we understand the market dynamics, and that is why even in 2019, we have already announced that there will be 5 products which will be launched from Hyundai. Obviously, the first exciting segment is the launch of the all-new sub 4-meter compact SUV, which will be launching somewhere around after the first quarter. And then we have already also shared that coming in the middle of the year 2019, we will be launching the first electric SUV, the all-new Kona for our customers, because India is largely a market which is also looking at electrification. So this electric SUV will further add a strong portfolio to our existing 10 products. And then we will be also looking at launching a new model in the compact segment, which existing model, a new variant, and also shaping up the existing portfolio of our 2 products. So total 5 products to say in the year 2019 are there for us, and we are sure that the market will continue to accept Hyundai as a very modern and a premium brand, and it will be a very exciting season for us in 2019 also. So we are geared up for the year, and the consumer traction definitely will excite, because consumers are looking at new products, new technologies, new services, and we are always there to support them in this endeavor.
And we wish you all the very best, Mr. Anand, for the same, and thank you so much for taking out your time and speaking to Bloomberg Quint.
No, it has been a pleasure talking to you. All the best. Thank you.
So that was the management of Hyundai Motors speaking to Bloomberg Quint as to how really are the market dynamics changing. The festive season for them was, a bit better than the peers, given the fact that they had new products in the marketplace. But let's see how really the next few quarters shape up, given the fact that there has been general slowness and slowdown in the overall auto demand.